Holiday. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But, you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Shot clock at 6. And here's Holiday. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And here are the Thunder now. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks. Mark Dagnall and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He knows how much Jason Tatum can impact the game. Coach told me, take the game, how he responds to a defense. It's faster. That means we rotate and send a double. Not a lot of wiggle room on the floor when Tatum is processing information. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Holiday attacking. Brown outside. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. And here are the Thunder now. Back to Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And it goes down 2 points.
He's beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
It's blocked. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Doors, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Now here's White. In the corner. Tatum with it. And a lot of contact on that.
That ain't even a fucking foul, bro.
It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not thrived under it.
To the paint. Here's Hartenstein. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Tatum. Out to White. Brown outside. The Celtics working the ball around now. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Hartenstein. And he banks
Boy.
it away.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now, George.
Bro, just quit, bro.
After Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer.
Just quit, bro.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has grown.
Bro.
Round
Come on.
standstill.
Oh, that is impressive stuff from Derek White. Defender in his grill, no problem.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 17-4 run. Baseline J on the way. Williams' shot is off. Celtics trailed by 13. Pass to Brown. Horford with it. A three ball. Rebound by Williams. It's deflected. Here's Caruso. Tries again. And Williams with the layup.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunity.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
Now here's Brown. He has yet to score. Bucket is good.
Well, you have to love how Jaylen Brown keeps his attention on the rim. He doesn't let the defense change his shot.
On the wing, Wiggins. Off on the layup.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder looking at a 13-point lead. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Oklahoma City.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says,
I'm about 15, I'm about 15, boy.
It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit.
Time out real quick, time out real quick.
I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, he sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Here's Hauser. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Hauser's got his first points in this one.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's Tatum. Over Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh.
It's rebounded by Hartenstein. The Thunder leading by 13. Back to Williams. Holmgren.
Come on, bro.
On Boston.
What the fuck?
Here's Pritchard. Hasn't made one yet. Hauser misses.
There we go. Bro.
Pass to Craig. Now here's Tatum.
Block
Craig
that shit.
sets a screen. The three is drilled by Tatum.
What a weapon the three has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Doors, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How has he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game.
Run,
and
Dort.
he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And that one is off. Great D that time from Tatum. Here's Brown. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up.
Come on, bro.
The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Outside Holiday. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
1:33 left in the second quarter. Shots good by Williams.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Following the three-pointer by Derek White.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Now, here's Dort. Still scoreless. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Well, this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Back to Brown. To the middle.
On that nigga.
Outside, White. Just 5 to shoot. No good from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good.
Boy, come on, boy.
Now that's 17 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, delicate touch on that floater by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's pretty.
Here's Craig.
Get that shit out of here, boy. Get that shit out of here, boy. Get that shit out of here, boy. Get that shit out of here, boy.
Would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
Now, here's George. Can't hit from in close. Holiday surveying the floor. Left side, Tatum. Shoots over Holmgren. And there's the bucket from Tatum. Tatum's got 11 points.
Yeah, Jason Tatum's jumper is just so pure. This guy is on point with the midi right now.
Here's White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. 7 points in the game.
Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. They're still together. Now Holmgren following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Here's Williams, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Jason Tatum. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Celtics trailed by 17. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Over in the corner, Dort. That's tipped. And stolen by White. On the wing, Brown. Holmgren with the steal. And the Thunder can't hang on to the ball. Tatum looking around. It's stolen by Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. Holmgren can't hit. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. White goes in. And White with the stuff.
Derek White showing you I can put it on the deck and finish off a pretty drive. Nicely done, Derek.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And too long on the shot. Pass to Tatum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Indoors, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
Celtics trailed by 12. Here's Pritchard. Nothing on the board. Brown with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Tatum. Pocket 6. Over Williams. Tatum's shot is off. And it's Williams with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, the length of SGA. Get off your feet, young fella.
And it's Brown missing. The Thunder leading by 14. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander.